Hi, welcome to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And today we are actually going to be talking about the new Rise of Skywalker trailer.
Yes.
Star Wars, baby. Episode 9.
Yeah, #1 Star Wars show on
Number
YouTube.
1 Star Wars show, if you're counting backwards. All right.
I'm gonna get shirts made for that. Say that.
So by now, all of y'all have seen the trailer multiple times. And
Yes.
there are a crap load of videos out there, pretty much breaking it down. But
not like we break it
But not
down,
like the
baby.
way we break it down, because we break it down at a complete amateur level. So let's start it now. All right. So it's been this sequel trilogy has gotten a lot of flack.
Yes.
A lot of it, and
Unwarranted.
some of it yes, some of it no. Right, Jeff?
I mean, it's not.
Some of it yes, some of it no.
It's not perfect.
It is not. I thought Force Awakens was pretty much a good reintroduction after not seeing a Star Wars film since
Yeah, because they
Revenge of the
basically
Sith.
said it was like, "Have you seen New Hope?" Oh no. Let me give you New Hope.
Let me give you just to give you an idea of what New Hope is.
It's this movie.
It's a newer Hope.
It's a newer Hope.
So either way, 900 million in the domestic box office, speaks volumes, and it's actually currently with number 4, I believe, in the all-time box office. $2 point something billion that Force Awakens made.
Okay.
So it left a lot of want there.
Yes.
And Last Jedi was supposed to continue that and give you that sort of fulfillment that you really wanted, especially when you look at the track record from Empire Strikes Back, after Star Wars. Unfortunately, you did not get that.
I mean, there was a lot of FU JJ going on in that film.
Yes, there was, and Last Jedi is very divisive. There's a lot of people, you included. You don't hate. We defended it. You don't hate Last Jedi.
I like Last Jedi. I know Marshall doesn't.
I like Last Jedi too. Do I love Last Jedi?
I don't love Last
No, I do
Jedi,
not.
but I like it.
But I like it. Yes, I don't hate it.
I don't hate
How about
it.
that?
There you go.
You don't hate The Last Jedi.
It's in a playlist. Watch it.
Yes. Either way, but it had some good spots there. Was it a good, solid continuation? Absolutely not. And perfectly said, Terrence, it was a big F you to JJ.
It was a big FU JJ.
So now it's JJ's turn to say F you to Johnson.
Basically.
Because Rise of Skywalker is now, the trailer is now out. Pretty much it is already in post-production.
Yes.
Slated to be released December 20th. And it has already broken Atom ticketing.
Yeah.
The record that Avengers Endgame got, now Rise of Skywalker got in the first few hours.
So I saw that, right? And is it because the fact that everybody wants to see this film, or is it the fact that more people are using electronic media or electronic ways to purchase things now?
Well,
Because as things going forward in the future, we're gonna get away from going to doing pre-sales at the box office.
True.
We're gonna go and we're just gonna do it online. So you're gonna see more that numbers, just like we talk about inflation or for ticket sales. It's like it's gonna make more money because now we spend more money on tickets. So it's gonna do more pre-sales because now people just buy things online now.
but you also, it's not necessarily just that, because you can have a website out there all day, but if the demand's not there, nobody gives a crap.
I mean, true.
The demand was there, and
Okay.
since this is pretty much billed as Star Wars Endgame,
Which
as the culmination
I just worry
of
because
40 years.
I hear all the backlash from The Last Jedi, and like people are like just done with the series. So the fact that it is still breaking records kind of confuses me. Is it like
when you're in a fresh breakup, and she comes back,
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna take her back real quick.
no, for one more, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna okay. I'm gonna give you one more chance because I know.
Okay. All right,
I
maybe.
think a lot of the it's a bittersweet feeling that they have for the sequel trilogy. I get it, and it's fine. But the curiosity is still there. And being a Star Wars fan at heart is going to always drive you to that no matter what. And because it's being marketed as the end of the saga, it is going to be even that much more, appealing to Star Wars.
This is the final film.
This is the final film in this narrative, in this saga,
until Obi-Wan comes out.
this in this whole freaking thing until the Knights of the Republic comes out, or until
the 7 other films come out.
But as far as the Skywalker saga is over after this, and we'll get into a lot of other theories and rumors and all that stuff a little bit later. But let's talk about this trailer.
Okay, great.
Just premiered recently during the Monday Night Football game, which actually everybody wanted to see this instead of the Jets. I don't
trust me. That was the highlight of that game. 33-0. That's the highlight of the game was this trailer.
Oh man. Well, the Jets needed the force on that day. But anyway, let's break this down.
They needed something.
So it starts off with Rey. Looks like she's training in the woods there. Is
it training, or is it like showing up like a montage her getting somewhere?
I think that she is training.
Okay.
There is a training droid in there. I think that she is training. My thing is that you're 3 movies in. This is apparently 2 years after Jedi. You ain't there yet.
No.
You ain't in black suit.
Look,
1 glove.
Luke was still training. Luke was still training at the beginning of the Jedi.
No, he was not.
I mean,
he was a flat-out Jedi going to Jabba's palace.
I mean, no, he wasn't.
So she should already be in her black friggin', one.
No, because I'm thinking about the fact that he went back to Dagobah and Yoda was there. That's what I'm thinking about. This. Like he still went back there, and then Yoda says, "I don't have anything else to show you.
Yeah,
you're a Jedi."
So there's nothing for her.
Yeah.
She has not. Doesn't look. She's still in Empire Luke Dagobah training. So.
Okay, she's there.
So why is she doing that? But I don't know. Whatever. Anyway,
because, she ain't got nobody to train her. She's like, this is self-training. She's trying to keep fit.
So this takes place in a forest.
Right.
Is it Endor? Because you do see Leia's Endor helmet.
I think that they've gotten away from like revisiting old planets.
Or is it Yavin? Because you also see it jumps actually, and we'll get to the Rebel base part in a little bit. But she jumps, and it looks like she jumps from one side of the forest,
right.
And it's divided, and she jumps from one side, but then it cuts, and she's actually in a ship.
Right.
Whether it's in the Star Destroyer in Jakku or the Death Star itself, whatever, it cuts to that.
Okay.
And then after that, you see Finn.
Yes.
Pretty much saying that the Force has brought them together.
With twisties on top. Who is a space stylist that's doing this?
He's up with Lando.
Yeah, it's like whoever's doing Lando's perm is doing Finn's twisties. Because that was the first thing that caught my head. I was like, who's doing his hair?
Yes, you would think that.
Who's doing his hair?
You would think that. How come we ain't got no Latins in Star Wars? Anyway, Benicio del Toro.
There you go.
All right, so after that you have, you have that Rebel base and you have that meeting. That's why I think that she's actually in Yavin and not at in Endor, because it just jumps to that.
I don't think they're gonna revisit Endor. I think like I said, they're doing like their own planets now. Look, Star Wars has Sand Planet, Foliage Planet, Forest Planet, and Ice Planet. That's all they do. They got 3. Water planet. Yeah, they do have a water planet.
Yeah, they do. But the Death Star did blow up there, so it's a possibility that there are certain things, because obviously Endor is not just there. I'm pretty sure Endor has oceans.
Yeah.
Endor has so it's a possibility. I'm not saying that they're
all
not
of this
there.
stuff happening on a moon, by the way.
but right, Force Moon. That's true.
All this stuff happening on the moon. What does Endor actually look like? We all know about the moon. What does Endor look like?
You look closer. That's a Hollywood sign right there. So then it cuts. Now Rey is pretty much saying they think they know me, they don't. And then all hardcore Kylo comes out.
Like, I know you.
I know you. You remember when we was in the...
We had that moment. Back then when I was shirtless.
I had no shirt. Remember that? I know you.
Would you consider that like video chat sexting, what they were doing?
I think, that's some duo, but like with the Force.
But
anyway, so he comes at her,
Number one Star Wars show.
walking straight at her with a purpose.
Right.
And
so do you think that they're on? Okay, so
they're on
the way they cut
on
it.
A ship or something.
Are they on? Because they show a scene where like a Star Destroyer is coming out of the water.
And we're gonna get to that.
Right. Or are they in the remains of the Death Star?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
I don't know. That's where so it seems like they're either fighting on the Death Star or they're fighting in the Star Destroyer or the Death Star.
Or the Death Star. All right. Then it cuts, and you are in what looks like a secluded ice glacier type of island.
Which I thought was really, really cool.
It was very cool.
I thought that was like
Never
they
seen
did
anything like that Star
something
Wars.
different with that. I was like, okay, cool, I like that. So is it like a Sith base, or is it like an Empire base, or is it an actual? I guess too small to be a planet, right?
If you really look at it, it could be.
It's the forest moon of Hoth. It's the ice moon of Hoth. There you go.
When you think of Vader, you think of the castle on Mustafar, which
Yeah.
is all lava
Right.
planet. Now you have this, which is basically a flat out ice planet.
Right.
So it's perfect for Palpatine.
Yeah.
How he got there and what he's doing there, we'll get into that later.
Right, because they talked about them being like.
A callback though, we get that throne. We get the shot of the throne, which is actually
The Iron Throne of the Sith.
Yep. which is actually a callback from a concept art for Return of the Jedi for Palpatine's throne. So that was really cool that they actually put that on there.
I also heard that they kind of they used they had talked about showing the Death Star, the remains of it, in Force Awakens, but they finally used it here in the Rise of Skywalker.
For F.U. Johnson. All right.
So F.U. Johnson.
After that, you do have Palpatine's voiceover there, and basically saying that them coming together is going to be their downfall. Basically,
Right.
I'm paraphrasing, but you have a shot of all of the ships. That's like all star ships.
Right.
The Falcon's in there.
And I wanted to look up what every ship was, but I was
there's like so
there's
many.
way too many,
There's
and
way
I
too
don't have
many.
time for that.
And this is funny because you always say this Return of the Jedi was the real Star Wars,
Well, now we get an actual war here.
which is also the third in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's another
Because
solid
Return of the
hardcore
Jedi
war.
was the only war. Rogue One was probably the only war in the solo films, right? And then
yeah,
this one would be
absolutely,
of this trilogy would be the only war.
Okay. Cuts to the Millennium Falcon cockpit where you have the core cast of Rey, Poe, and Finn with the Chewbacca there.
So when we got to this scene, I wonder because in the previous trailer they showed Lando there. So they were like, "Hey, get on my seat."
Yeah, he's still there. You funny girl, come on.
Yeah, just get up.
And then after that, you get a little bit of an emotional scene with C-3PO being worked on, and he's just staring at him, and Poe asks him what is he doing, and he's saying that he's looking at his friends one last time.
So in the previous trailer, they showed him with the red eyes, like they connected him to someplace that may have like taken over him. So is this the beginning of that scene where like they're trying to like hack into something?
Possibly.
Okay.
Or possibly.
There's no R2 at this point.
No, he's on the side
Yeah.
of him on this also.
But like, wouldn't they use R2 to hack into something?
Yes, but if you guys
He's saying no.
if you guys get a chance, go into Star Wars Theory on YouTube. He had a pretty good idea of what was going on, and what he said was, and I agree to a certain degree, but he's a protocol droid.
Yes.
So he's got a lot of stuff that as far as his memory
Like to be
is
able to
concerned,
communicate and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but he's got a lot. But he's also got his his memory wiped. When Antilles got him,
Yeah.
they wiped his memory
Right.
in episode 2, I think, or 3. 3.
Three.
In episode 3. So it's a possibility that there is the secret, or there are things in his memory that are still there. So it's a possibility that to retrieve those, it will kill him. Maybe, you never know.
I mean, you just reboot.
Yeah, just reboot. Yeah.
Control Alt Delete.
All right, so you fast forward. You got a couple of shots there of Poe and Finn actually calling for Rey on whether it's a Star Destroyer or part of the Death Star there.
Right.
And then you have this scene that I'm going back and forth on.
Okay.
And that is the scene with Rey and Kylo fighting. Are they fighting together and they hit this thing?
Okay,
or
so
they're fighting
I'm glad we got
against each other?
to it because that's the only part where I was like really puzzled. So I've watched this particular thing and I've looked at the stills about 100 times.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume wherever this monument to Vader is, this is where Kylo is. He put that there, right? And I assume that they are fighting, and a way that they're fighting that he like blocks and like shoves her, and she lightsabers through the actual thing. Which is funny, the way that like she lightsabers through it, like it blows up, as opposed to anything else that they've lightsabered through. It's kind of like just a cut, and this just completely blows up. So I assume that's a directorial thing that it was like he wanted to make a statement of saying like this is the end of him being with Vader type deal. But I don't think it was them fighting together. I think they were fighting against each other, and that just happened to be destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. It was in the way.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
Because I don't believe that they're going to do that. I don't believe they're going to do redemption. I think that this is to end this. They have to say everybody dies. Or
you think they're gonna Rogue One this?
I think this has to be over.
I don't think they're gonna Rogue One
this has to be over.
I think Rey does survive.
If Kylo survives, then the Skywalkers survive.
I think Kylo's the one that.
I don't want to see that. Yeah. I mean, I want to see
as Ben Solo, by the way.
Look, no.
No. The Rise of Skywalker
is the beginning of Solo.
The Rise of Skywalker is him.
It's the beginning of Solo.
No, listen. The Rise of Skywalker is him. Rising.
I don't want redemption. No, everybody needs to be redeemed.
All right.
Vader was redeemed. So he killed a bunch of kids, and we're okay with that?
I killed a bunch of kids, but I ain't right. All right.
He killed a bunch of kids. Look, Han Solo got murdered. Come on.
Okay.
No redemption.
Fast forward.
All right.
You got Lando and Chewie. Finally, Lando kicked her out of the cockpit, and now he's in it now. And now you have a scene where you got Rey and Kylo in what looks like Palpatine's throne room in the old Death Star, which mirrors Jedi, and that's what's pissing a lot of people off too. Is that
this is JJ? Are we not familiar with what JJ does?
That it's gonna be, Palpatine's watching.
They're gonna give us
Jeff? Jedi. Palpatine is watching.
So they're gonna give us Jedi again. He gave us hope, New Hope. Now he's gonna give us Jedi.
He's gonna give us Jedi.
Okay.
But we'll get to that in a minute. That part cuts, and they're back outside fighting again. And then again, she is actually stepping back. There's a lot more other scenes, but she's stepping back and she's looking up, and there is a throne from what it looks like it's Palpatine.
Now, is it moving or is it that the camera angle?
It looks like it's moving towards her. That's what it looks like.
So the other thought is that I thought maybe the zoom in was giving the impression that it was moving, and it really wasn't.
Yeah, I think that it looked like it was moving. Towards the end, Rey is looking like she's either really overwhelmed with joy or she's overwhelmed with emotion, period. And she's crying, and you have the Force will be with you. And by Luke is saying the Force will be with you, and Leia says always.
Right. And
that's where it pretty much ends.
Okay.
Going by the trailer, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the trailer, and I know this is gonna be controversial, but the previous trailer was a better trailer.
The previous one. Okay.
The previous one.
So let's talk about that. All right. So
I think I got more excited for that one. And this one, it just kind of like showed me some other things that I didn't quite know and just made me question more things. I do prefer the previous trailer.
Which one?
Which was the one where they actually did the flip down with her and the whole possibly like
dark.
It's not dark side turn because it's obviously going to be one of those so like, hey, this is what you can transition to. One of those like, hey, this is, and I want to, because it's stupid because like we already did the whole dark side forest. This place was
okay.
And then they're gonna do it again in another film.
But here's also a possibility because I'm with you on that. I thought that the first.
But I feel like that trailer was a better trailer.
The first trailer was a great teaser.
Yeah,
it was good. The D23 was a little bit of footage. It was more of a montage at the beginning first to catch you up. The dark ray scene. That's what really got everybody.
Yeah, because that's what. But outside of that too, is like there was other things that happened to us that just seemed more interesting. And this one is just kind of like, hey, here's what everybody else is doing. And not to say that I discount all the other characters that are in this film or in this trilogy, but it's Rey.
Okay.
It's Rey.
Okay,
it's Rey and Kylo.
I got you.
That's what we really care about, right? It's like they're showing Return of the Jedi, and they're showing me what's going on with Lando, and they're showing me what's going on with Leia. Okay. I don't really care. I want to know what's going on with Luke.
But I think that, first of all, from the previous two trailers, they look like two completely different movies.
They do.
They really do look like two completely, totally different movies. And that means that it's going to be, well, from what they've already said, this is the longest of all of the Star Wars.
So bring your diapers.
Which it is looking at
bring your diapers.
Which it's looking at about 2:45.
Okay.
Maybe.
I can see that.
And
as long as they don't like drag things out to make 2:45. If you like Give me some stuff where like.
But if you're gonna shift in tone, you have to gradually do it. So that's why I think that runtime is gonna warrant it. And because this is the last film in this particular timeline, that I think that's the best thing to do is to let's get a long one and let it gradually, wherever your tone is gonna go.
Okay.
Here's where I'm thinking though. I don't think that it's Palpatine on the throne.
I don't believe that. I think what they're playing up, this whole Palpatine thing, and I think it's going to be very minor. It's going to be very minor.
What if it's Rey?
She can't be in front of herself.
In the hooded.
She can't be in front of herself.
I mean Dark Rey. Dark Rey. Rey is a clone.
You're going to do the clone thing.
I think Rey is a clone.
Okay. Then she does the Palpatine laugh?
And she's the...
She does a Palpatine laugh.
It's Palpatine in her. In that Dark Rey.
He could just be himself at that point.
All right. So my question to you first is, will it be a repeat of Return of the Jedi?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Because it's JJ.
All righty then.
Because it's JJ.
And you just made Jeff very happy. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. I was like, I will agree with that. With Jeff, I will agree with you. He's going to give us Return of the Jedi. I hope he doesn't get Rian Johnson back here, because I would assure you that he would not.
Okay, to Jeff's point, I'm gonna give you credit for this.
Rian Johnson would not do Return of the Jedi, but I believe JJ would do that.
It's Lando and Chewie. Well, actually, it's Lando saving the day towards the end.
By the way, they can't kill
the Falcon.
Hold on, wait.
Let me finish.
They can't kill Han, kill Luke, kill Leia, and Lando. Damn, dude.
Okay, and then the Palpatine's looking at both Rey, and there's another last climactic battle with him in the middle.
I can buy that it might be a clone Palpatine. I can buy that because they talked about the fact that like after Return of the Jedi that they all retreated to like the outer like spots where like they were away so they could regroup and kind of figure things out and rebuild their forces. I can believe that like, okay, hey, we got his consciousness somewhere, let's put him in another body. I can buy that. Everybody's really on board with the fact that it's like, hey, clone Palpatine, clone Rey. Everybody's on board with the clone.
Well, in the Legends, that does happen.
So if they do that, I'm okay with that. But you can't give me clone Rey as Palpatine. I will hate that. I will throw stuff at the damn screen if they give me clone Palpatine as Rey.
What impact do you think Palpatine's going to have on this?
Small.
What impact, as of right now, what impact does he have right now at this moment?
I mean, right now, we don't know anything.
Well, what impact does he have?
Outside of the laugh, it was like, it's just getting our like excited. Like, what could this be about?
Exactly. Okay.
But if you bring him back, you're almost saying that I'm gonna give you Regenerate. I'm gonna give you a Jedi.
Okay.
But if he gives us Jedi, is he gonna make the same stupid mistakes that he made the first time? And it's like everything's already been foreseen.
Yes, return. No, but for real this time.
So, I mean, like, I don't want him to make if you bring him back, and that's going to be the thing, I don't want to make him the same things of being, like, overconfident and, like, he'd already seen everything, except for Vader turning on him. The same thing that happened in Last Jedi, where Snoke didn't foresee that Kylo will return on him.
Okay.
So, I don't want to see that again.
All right. Last question.
Okay.
Well, 2 questions more. But where do you think this is going to put Rey at as far as Jedi? Is she
like in the history of Jedi?
In the history of Jedi, where do you think she's going to end up being?
Versus like all the Jedi that we have.
Is she going to be one of the best?
No! Obi-Wan's the best!
You think Obi-Wan's the best Jedi?
Obi-Wan's the best!
You don't think Anakin Skywalker was the best Jedi? Or no. Luke? You don't think Luke was the best Jedi?
Versus what they showed us on screen. No, he was not.
Now, I'm talking about as... Now, I'm not talking about...
He killed a bunch of kids.
Okay, I got you.
He said no!
What about Luke? Or because of how he went out? Is that what you're saying?
Luke probably could have been better if they had done films when he was in his younger age, because now like we got to see him as full Jedi at the very end, and to understand how powerful Luke. Yeah, how powerful he was in Return of the Jedi. We got one movie to see how powerful he was, right? And then a hiatus, and then now we got grumpy old man Luke, right? So we didn't really get to see him in his prime.
That's very true.
All right, so
I'll give you that.
We got Rey in her prime. We got Obi-Wan in his prime.
Sebastian Stan is Luke Skywalker.
Obi-Wan did way more.
Okay.
Obi-Wan did way more.
And he went out like a champ. He went out, yeah.
He didn't die, by the way.
That's right. All right.
I mean, he did. But
overall,
he didn't die until he was old.
Overall, what is your thought of the sequel trilogy?
better than the prequel trilogy, but not better than the original.
Okay, I'll give you that one too. Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, okay, right now, as of right now, I think Rise of Skywalker is going to redeem Last Jedi. That's what I feel.
Okay. By the way, hold up. Let's go into that real quick. People hated Empire Strikes Back when it first released.
Yes, they did.
They did not like that.
Yes, they did.
And it's
You're
just
right.
over time, people just like, oh, I understand, and I accept what they were trying to do.
I think the casino scene will.
Oh, it
always,
sucks. Okay, yes, I will
always-
admit that fucking part sucked.
I think that part will always keep
that really sucked. That
thing
really
that-
sucked.
I just-
I'm okay with the Luke part. I'm okay with Luke
And I
part.
don't want to go off on a tangent because I said this before, but Last Jedi was mainly a setup for his trilogy, for Rian Johnson's trilogy. It had nothing to do with continuation of the sequel trilogy.
He's like throwing them bombs, figuring out like JJ, but like
I don't see that.
JJ's not coming back for this. I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, so besides the point, I think you're right. I think it is a 2 out of 3.
So I'm gonna go
In the-
Obi-Wan. I'm gonna go Luke, and then I'm gonna go Rey.
I'm gonna go.
Obi-Wan.
Are we still talking about Jedi?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'm
go
gonna go-
Obi-Wan. I'm gonna go Luke. I'm gonna go Qui-Gon. And I'm gonna go Rey.
There you go. You're not gonna put Anakin in there. In
No.
top 3, really? Because he killed kids?
I mean, like-
it wasn't Anakin that
Give-
killed
give
the
me
kids.
a-
It was Darth Vader that killed the kids.
Oh, that's why I can't do Anakin.
But he's not Anakin. But he was Vader. He was not Anakin. Okay,
Obi-Wan's
anyway.
holding me back. I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
Alrighty then.
That's better than Rey. That's better than Rey? No, it's not. It's not. You put Vader, but he's a Sith. We're talking about Jedi. You put Vader in there, Vader.
Well, what about Luke?
Anakin.
We're wasting our time.
It's better than I hate sand. It's
Alrighty then. This
Obi-Wan's holding me back.
number 1 Star Wars.
We're talking about Star Wars. What are you talking about?
Oh man.
All right, so-
All right. So let's hear some theories. Let's hear some rumors. What
All
do
right,
you
well,
got?
I didn't go theories, but okay, so we talked about the destroying the Darth Vader statue. We talked about we didn't talk about Carrie Fisher. How far do you think they're gonna delve into that? Do you think they should be like in the first act and then just be done? Do you think they'll give her like? They had an opportunity in Last Jedi to send her out, right?
Yes, they did.
Do you think that they'll do, because they're using old footage, do you think that they'll do something impactful, or do you think it's going to be like underwhelming with Carrie Fisher?
I don't think it'll be because I mean they did have a lot of footage of her, I guess, from Force Awakens.
Okay.
So I think
Was there any footage of her going, ah?
I don't.
That's fucked up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Yeah,
to do
that's checked out. I think that they're going to. I think a lot of them are going to be more emotional scenes.
Okay.
A lot of scenes that are going to pretty much be grounded and keep the characters grounded, whether it's the character, or her character, or the character of Rey, grounded. I don't think there's going to be anything as far as her and any kind of face-to-face with Kylo. That would suck because this movie was supposed to be Leia's. It was supposed to be hers.
Right.
So because of her passing early, it's gonna be all about where they're gonna put her as far as the core scenes that she's gonna be in, who she's gonna be with. But I think I think she's gonna be the emotional, the grounding. I think she's gonna keep everything grounded. Unfortunately, I think she's gonna die in this movie.
Oh, of course.
And I
I
think
mean, they have to explain. They can't be like she disappeared
Yeah,
or she went to.
I think
she
she
went
is-
to go manage some things
I
over there.
really
Like they
think
have
she
to
is
show her
gonna be
die.
gone. I think she's going to be gone in this movie, and it's class act that they actually gave her top billing in the movie. They didn't put her on the poster,
I mean,
but
not
they
this
gave her
poster.
top billing.
Not this poster. They'll put her on the next poster.
No, the final sheet. They did not put her on the final sheet.
I think they will end that story within the first scene.
You think so?
I don't think it's gonna be dragged out
Okay, so in the first act.
in the first act.
In the first act,
It's not gonna be dragged out.
she'll be in the climax.
Yeah.
As far as
it's not gonna be dragged out. They're
climax.
not. They're gonna leave you to the end of the film trying to figure out what's happening with Leia. They're gonna do it early.
And that's a pretty good assessment. And I think that I think she's going to be the one training her. Also, still continuing her training. I think she's going to be continuing.
Do you?
Rey's
All right,
training.
so
Yeah.
there was some not leak stuff. There was some old scripts that came out where they said they were going to show a scene where Luke was training
her,
Leia.
on Endor.
Which I would love to see, and I think that would be a great part of her that we didn't get a chance to see, and it definitely will explain the whole space scene when she pulls herself back in. Please give us that so that we can explain like why she was Mary Poppins in her way all the way back in.
Leia Poppins.
But I would love to see that, and then if in that same scene we lose her in that scene, I would be okay with it, because then you at least kind of like close the circle, and that's fine. The other thing I want to ask you about real quick, well, this is kind of a small one. It's like there's a radar dish on the thing, and it's like obviously they obviously got a radar dish budget that they keep. It's like talking about the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, it was like every time we knock one off, let's get that new one on there.
Let's go, Direct TV,
like,
baby.
Where's the radar dish store that they keep getting this from? The new crew. How do you feel about the new crew?
It's not the same without Admiral Akbar.
I didn't realize that he died in the last Jedi.
Yes, he died in the last Jedi.
It wasn't until I was like rewatching something and they were like, "Hey, Admiral Akbar died." And I was like, "No."
Yeah, I know his son is supposed to be part of the crew now, but it's not the same without. It's a trap. It's not the same with him.
It's like, I didn't realize that he died.
I didn't see Nyan Numb in there, so
okay, so Finn, Poe, Chewie, Rey as a new crew.
I love it. I think they all have great chemistry. They didn't share that many scenes in The Last Jedi together till the end, but in Force Awakens, I thought, especially Finn and Poe, I think they had some pretty good scenes there. So they're going to be a pretty solid crew. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end, so they're not going to be not for a while. And that's what I was going to ask you. So. Now, some of these people have already some of the actors have already discussed the future, their future.
Right.
Everybody says the way J.J. ended this is perfect.
Okay.
And they don't want to pretty much tarnish anything that he's done. But at the same time, never say never. There are many stories, many worlds, if they are ever to come back, it's going to be a very long time before they do come back.
Rian Johnson is going to go in the past. He's going to go in the past.
Probably.
I absolutely believe him.
But Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige is the wild card. What is he going to do?
You and Art have just had that show about Kevin Feige. He could be the one that does the Knights of the Republic.
Right now, So right now, they only talk about him doing a film. Rian Johnson's guaranteed to get a trilogy. So I would assume that
his is the Knights of the Republic.
So they can spend more time there. They can't just do one film for Knights of the Republic and just call it a day.
Because
they would have to spend more time.
Because his theme of Last Jedi was let the past die, I would probably say no.
It's like one film and I'm out.
No. I would say that it's not.
That he's not going to do.
That he's not going.
So you
back
think that he might want to continue? So I wouldn't. Okay, so if they do, like everybody thinks in the theories that that Rise of Skywalker means that now the Jedi are dead and they're no longer considered Jedi because they did this whole gray thing where you're kind of both dark and light. That the Skywalker will now be who are the Force users at this point. So if they want to do something like that and he wants to continue that on, then they would continue Rey, but. Like you said, I don't believe they would do it that quickly.
Not right now.
Yeah, but Rian Johnson's already greenlit for a movie, so he's up next. Kevin Feige's the way off.
Give me Thrawn trilogy. That's all.
Nobody cares
about
Thrawn.
Nobody
cares about Thrawn.
Tell us what you think as far as your thoughts of the Rise of Skywalker trailer.
Do you really want to see Thrawn?
Tell us what you think about the sequel trilogy as a whole. Is it a big recycle job? Is it something new with a tad of nostalgia and recycle job? I can't even say it with a straight face.
Nobody wants to see Thrawn. I'm in my head right now.
All right, Terrence, take us home.
All right, so welcome to the #1 Star Wars show on YouTube.
If you're counting backwards.
We're really getting shirts to say that. But please put your theories below. We love to talk about theories, and if you put some good theories down below, then we'll definitely talk about them next week. Well, maybe not next week. Maybe the week after next.
The closer that we get to Star Wars, we're going to probably have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, we definitely will. We definitely have a show coming up with Art to do Lowered Expectations because we love to do that with every Star Wars film. So be on the lookout for that one.
With such low expectations, that's why you weren't disappointed by The Last Jedi.
That's why I wasn't disappointed in The Last Jedi. I was like, I watched the prequels. The prequels. Anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, as well as click that notification button so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. And also, too, if you want to see this show get better and help beat Collider that stole our name, make sure you donate to patreon.com/thegoods. So you can contribute anywhere from $1 on up, so that way we can put a little bit more production value into this and maybe sue them.
Brassman, Art, where the hell they're at, and Marshall over here playing with his lightsaber. I'm Annie.
Terrence playing with his lightsaber.
He's got a toy lightsaber right there.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. May the force be with you.
I'm sitting here clean my fan.
All right, cool. It's recording. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh God, I haven't done the show in a while.
We did it 2 weeks ago, fool.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I haven't done the show in 2 weeks.